They've been lined up since 8 a.m. to get inside the building to watch the Fighting Illini try and knock off #1 Tennessee from the State Farm Center in Champaign, Illinois, trying to get Brad Underwood a nice birthday present today. Would be the school's 4th win ever against the #1 team in the country. Hi again, everybody, and welcome to the State Farm Center with Robbie Hummel, Jeff Levering with you. And let's start with #1 Tennessee. Robbie, maybe their toughest test to date for #1 team in the country.
I think this is the toughest test that Tennessee will see in the non-conference as they get ready to go into what's a loaded SEC. And for Illinois, what an opportunity. The #1 team in the country comes into your building. This place is on fire. It's going to be a great one here this afternoon.
Let's take a look at our starting lineups. They're brought to you by Ram Trucks, built to serve. In the matchup to watch is the two guards, Chaz Lanier for Tennessee and Kasparas Yakuchonis for Illinois.
Well, for Yakuchonis, 4 straight games of 20 or more, averaging 22, 7, and over 5 assists per game. His efficiency has been through the roof. He's one of the best freshmen in college basketball. It's not being talked about enough. And for Chaz Lanier, what a progression he has made from just a couple years ago, averaging 4 points a game at North Florida as a junior. He is now averaging 19 a game for the Volunteers, one of the best shooters in college basketball.
You see Rick Barnes in his 10th year in Knoxville. He's been unbelievable. 70 years old, 815 career wins, 1 short of Raleigh Massimino. And there's Brad Underwood. 150th win came in his last against Wisconsin earlier this week. This place is absolutely jamming. Tomislav Ivisic ready to jump it off against Felix Okpara, Ohio State transfer. And off we go. Yakuchonis with the basketball. 4 straight games with 20 points. The talented freshman from Lithuania. Draws the crowd into the corner. Ivisic for 3 short. This game is going to be won or lost on the glass, and already offensive rebound #1.
Well, for both teams, these are 2 of the best offensive rebounding teams in college basketball. Shot goes up, you've got to find a man. And for Tennessee, their pick-and-roll defense going to be tested early and often tonight.
Milicic brings down the rebound, and here comes Tennessee. See how quickly they get Chaz Lanier involved in this offense. We all know the head of the snake, though, Zakai Ziegler.
For Illinois, Jeff, it's going to be their off-ball defense. Tennessee loves to run their guys off screens, get those little pin-down actions. It's Lanier, it's Ziegler. They love to play off the basketball.
3 to shoot, kick it out to the corner. There's a 3 off the mark, and a rebound by Ivisic. There's Mashack lighting up that basketball early. That's a great matchup. Humrickhouse for 3, buries it.
And a big shot for him. Just 2 of his last 14 from 3. Paint touches are going to be a hot commodity in this one. Those dribble drives leading to 3s on the kick out.
Everybody still on their feet in Champaign. Ziegler had it tapped away.
Illinois is daring Jemai Mashack to shoot. You got Humrickhouse, who's kind of playing as a free safety out there.
Shot clock winding down.
They didn't know it. They had no idea.
Tenacious defense from Illinois. Yakuchonis with some space. And a foul down low.
There are bodies everywhere. Well, Brad Underwood was not happy with the rebounding effort in the loss in Evanston a week ago. And I'd say message received. That Wisconsin game, the pace, the effort on the glass, a different story. It's going to be so important for both these teams today because They are both crashing at a high level.
Okpara just picked up his first personal. Trying to get that basketball in, and it's out of bounds. Will stay with Illinois. And that is a tough spot to inbound from in that corner.
Especially with Felix Okpara on the ball.
You can see everybody on that sideline still standing. Jakučionis with the three. Ivičić with the putback.
It's not good enough from Okpara. You've got to root out Tomislav Ivičić, create that space. Ivičić refusing to be blocked out and stealing a basket.
Robbie, I feel like you're about ready to check into this ball game. You're standing up just like everybody else, and there's an offensive foul.
I'm trying to see. It's not easy to see over the top, everybody.
Milicic picked up the foul. So Okpara and Milicic each with personals. Tennessee still without a point, 2.5 minutes into this game. Just one of 7 unbeaten teams still in the country. Trey White runs into a crowd. White coming off of an Illinois high 23 against Wisconsin.
But the patience there, that little shot fake, you've got Okpara looming there, but Trey White with the patience able to get that to the rim.
Jumper, nothing but glass from Lanier. The jump ball is going to stay with Tennessee.
Well, Chaz Lanier is going to come off these pin downs all afternoon long. So far, so good for Illinois, guarding off the basketball, locking and trailing, staying on his hip. And there's the glass again. It's going to be a battle all afternoon.
Ziegler trying to use that speed, and the dunk no good from Okpara. Left it perfectly for the big man. After this Tennessee team, they have not trailed very much over the course of the season, all but 21 minutes this year that they have been in front. White for 3, no good. Into the hands, Jakučionis.
That could have went in. Well, that was still up there on the rim. Ivičić went up there and got it. Had a chance to be an and one. Instead, it's going to be 2 shots. Illinois, through this first 4-minute segment, though, is winning the battle on the glass. They are flying in there. The physicality they're playing with, Tennessee not living up to it. Brad Underwood has got to be thrilled with the start by Illinois, and Rick Barnes has got to be thinking to himself, we have got to raise our physicality.
Okpara just picked up his second, so he's going to head to the bench. Cade Phillips transfers. He's been unbelievable from Jacksonville, Alabama. Jakučionis knocks down the first. Phillips checks in as well as Jordan Gainey. 1 out of 2 for Jakučionis. 3.5 minutes gone by and still no points. There's a 3.
Hello, Cade Phillips. Welcome to the game.
Showing off that physicality, and finally the fans can take a seat. And Robbie Hummel will as well.
Instead of a screen like that, though. Man, Chaz Lanier just flowing into that one.
Humrick House no good. White tried to keep it alive. Here come the Vols.
Good transition defense there by Illinois. Getting back. Humrick House stopping the basketball.
Hook short into the hands of Gainey. New possession. Milicic with a 3.
That's an area where Milicic has struggled. Last couple games, he's done his damage from 2. Now 4 of his last 15 from the 3-point line.
Jakučionis on the hands. Great hands. They've been talking about the high hands and deflections all shoot around today. Lanier floater, no good.
Trey White just not letting Lanier come off. Milicic pops back, and there's the rebounding again. Going to see it for both sides.
Milicic drives this time left hand. He will go to the line. 5 minutes gone by. Illinois has got a 5-point lead on #1 Tennessee. Fox College Hoops is sponsored by Progressive Insurance, cars, homes, boats, motorcycles, RVs, and more. 5-point lead for Illinois at home, looking for their 4th ever win against the #1 program. Let's go by the numbers. It's sponsored by AT&T Business. Next level moments need their next level network. And we mentioned it earlier, Robbie. This is a team in Tennessee that has not trailed very often all year.
Well, I'm sure the ACC is looking forward to not seeing Tennessee for quite some time, because whether you're Louisville, Virginia, or Syracuse, or even throw in Miami, they have just been destroyed by the Volunteers. The win over Baylor, certainly the crown jewel of Tennessee's resume right now. But this is their toughest test of the season. Going on the road, hostile environment, kind of a tough start for them shooting the basketball, but certainly they've settled in. 4 offensive rebounds, just 1 of 8 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3. This Tennessee team is battle-tested. You have to think Rick Barnes has done such a good job with this program, knocking on the door. Sweet 16 2 years ago, Elite 8 last year. This team has aspirations for getting to the Final Four.
It's a lot to be said in this era of college basketball, too, with players going different places year after year. But his core has stayed intact for the most part with Mashack and Ziegler and Milicic.
No doubt. But then you look at the way that they've been able to locate and find guys that fit in with what they do. Dalton Knecht thrives in his year in Knoxville. Chaz Lanier doing the same thing. So you've got guys that return, then you've just supplemented with some very talented pieces out of the portal.
Will Riley on the floor for the first time for the Illini. Came out of the shoe with a 31-point game in his college debut. Yakuchonis with the floater, leaves it up for 2.
I love that Morez Johnson didn't try to do something he couldn't do with that lob. Yakuchonis getting downhill. Johnson caught it, gathered himself, and then went and finished.
Freshman out of Riverdale, Illinois. Leave it up again. Johnson deflected it. Yakuchonis hounded that time by Ziegler.
Look at how active Ziegler is. Those high hands, those active hands. He's a pest on this end. There you go again.
Hands on it again. Leads to a breakaway for the Volunteers. Gainey on the breakaway. No foul. It's out of bounds. Great transition defense from the Illini.
Just the effort from Illinois to get back in. Looks like it's going to be an easy basket. There's the activity of Zakai Ziegler. You get this contest. Like, good job of not fouling there by Dre Gibbs-Lawhorn. That's a really good transition defensive possession for Illinois.
Yakuchonis goes to the bench. Davis goes to the bench after a quick run. Kylan Boswell checks back in with Riley, Hummerkaus, Johnson, and Gibbs-Lawhorn.
Tennessee staff said they counted 93 ball screens in that game against Wisconsin. We're going to see that number again today.
Good core awareness by Gainey to get that loose ball. Tennessee has missed their last 6 shots from the field. Lanier rattles one home. It was a long 2.
That drop coverage is going to be a problem with the way Lanier shoots it in the mid-range. He's 45% on the season off the bounce, but that number is 43% from 2s. Very comfortable in that mid-range area, and they're giving it to him, and he just drills it. Good help by Gainey.
I got a tie up. It'll stay with Illinois. Lanier's got 5 of the first 7 for Tennessee.
You see Gainey is just to the basketball. Milicic guarding a smaller guard, and Jordan Gainey is where he's right supposed to be. Snack dab in the middle of the floor. That's very good help defense.
Rick Barnes crediting Gainey a ton for being a 6th starter. He plays starters minutes. Averages 25 a game.
And that's an area where he's improved. Now, Rick Barnes talked about today's shoot-around about how defensively he has come a long way.
Riley shakes Ziegler. Riley hangs, couldn't hit.
Good contest there. I believe it was Phillips that came over and altered that shot at the rim.
And Gibbs Lawhorn will get called for the foul on Ziegler. Went under that screen, hand checker.
I think the thing about Tennessee this year also, Jeff, this has been an elite defense for multiple years under Rick Barnes. But this year, the offensive efficiency numbers kind of give you that match of a team that's got the profile that can get to the Final Four. 10th in offensive efficiency, second defensively in that category. They play it on both ends. In years past, it's been a little bit of a struggle on offense.
Boswell with a steal. Boswell with the left hand. Wild shot. Riley a wild shot.
Rebound by Milicic. Contested, then came right back in.
Averages better than 7 rebounds. Incredible wingspan. There's Meshack.
Great contest. Johnson straight up. This is a high-level game. If you're going to the rim, good luck to you.
Yeah, bring your lunch pail if you're going up there, man. This is going to be a physical game.
Maybe the jetpack as well, because the contests at the basket are high level. Illinois was really concerned about Cade Phillips on the lobs there. They did a pretty good job of taking that away. He is a lob dunk machine.
To shoot. Ziegler around the screen. Ziegler floats, and it'll go to the line.
He just kept Gibbs Lawhorn there on his back and never let him get back in the play. Boy, the physicality, the effort on display here in Champaign. 10-7 Illini.
10-7 Illinois. Brad Underwood. Let's listen to his chat inside the huddle.
Tennessee won for their last 8 from the field. Illinois won for their last 7. We talked about it before going to break. It's going to be a grown man game in the lane. If you're going, you better get to the shot blocker's chest. And Tennessee a top 50 defense in terms of how they guard the two. Illinois right there with them. There's going to be nothing easy in that painted area tonight.
You mentioned the jetpacks. You got to have some rocket fuel on them today. Ziegler hits the first free throw as Brad Underwood goes to work on the official Paul Sells. A couple of free throws for Ziegler. He's got 200 steals in his volunteer career now. 12 short of the all-time school record. It's a one-point game. Starters back on the floor for Illinois. Jakučionis looking for space.
Good and foul. That's the matchup of the day right here. Ziegler's gotten a lot of credit for his defense, SEC Defensive Player of the Year last season, but Jahmai Meshack very well may be this team's best defender. It's the physicality and size, the versatility he brings, but Jakučionis keeping him off balance. Good little shot fake and draws a foul there, earns a trip to the line.
I mean, what a joy to watch Meshack during shoot-around today. We were marveling at his leadership skills. Basically took over the entire shoot-around for a segment.
Well, just walking everyone through in terms of what they want to do, pick and roll, getting everybody on the same page. But even if you watch that Miami game, I mean, he's guarding Lynn Kidd, who's Miami's center late in that ball game. He can guard 1 through 5. He took a crack at Zach Edey in that Elite 8 game last year. Jahmai Meshack, that dude can guard.
Jakučionis with 3 points in the early going, all from the free throw line. There's Meshack. Gainey from the elbow, misses the jumper. Nothing falling for Tennessee.
Tennessee, a team that's going to look to take some of those mid-range jumpers. Illinois has kind of eliminated that from their shot diet.
Tennessee shoots 52% as a team from the floor. A lot of that around the hoop, and Meshack just ripped it away. There's a 3 in transition. Meshack tried to keep it alive, ends up in the hands of Boswell.
That was well done, though, by Boswell. Going down there amongst the trees and getting that rebound, smallest guy on the floor.
Isolation for White. White inside, foul by Gainey.
Trey White playing with a ton of confidence. Illinois career-high 23 points in the win against Wisconsin. He's got that entire side to work with. It's just him and Jordan Gainey. And Illinois winning some of these one-on-one matchups and earning trips to the foul line.
Trey White coming off that 23-point game against Wisconsin. Was 6 of 8 from the floor, had 8 rebounds to go along with it. Really a coming out party for him in an Illini uniform.
I thought Brad Underwood was very open post-Northwestern about, I guess, his role in getting White involved. He didn't feel like he did a very good job of maybe plugging the right guys in Evanston. And he certainly put Trey White in some positions to be successful against Wisconsin, and White took total advantage.
Couple of free throws for Trey White. Back to a 5-point lead. Tennessee has not led in the game. Remember, they had only trailed all season for just under 7 minutes. Lanier fouled by Boswell.
That play is possible because Milicic slips out last minute, and because of the communication or lack thereof, it can just freeze the on-ball defender. Look at that slip. That allows Chaz Lanier that little step. Boswell, a very good on-ball defender.
Chaz Lanier at the line, shooting 2.
And Lanier knocks down the first. 79% from the free throw line coming into this one. And he made them both. Made free throw, watch for the press. That is a calling card of Rick Barnes.
I'll pick you up man-to-man, kind of slow down this Illinois team that wants to play with pace. A team that likes to get in their offense quickly.
Yakuchonis, good slip to Boswell. Got it back, tapped away, Ziegler. Threw it off of Illinois, and it was off of the official, Earl Walton.
Earl Walton is saying that he was out of bounds. More great defense from Mashack here, this time off the ball. Ziegler, he throws that off Humrickhouse, and because Earl Walton is out, Illinois fans don't like it, but he is out of bounds as well.
Boswell's done a nice job on Lanier so far defensively.
He's just blowing up that pick and roll.
Deep three. Lanier drains it.
That's good defense, but just better offense. There's a reason Chaz Lanier is shooting 48% from 3 and has 8 games of 3 threes or more.
Yakuchonis drives. Illinois got the lead again.
Some miscommunication there. Tennessee in that Spain action just not talking that out. Yakuchonis all the way to the rim with his right hand.
Lanier fouled, and he'll go to the line and shoot 3. Boswell picks up the personal. Lanier just a walking bucket for Tennessee.
He comes off this screen, man. These count right here. The separation he gets on Kylan Boswell, pretty impressive stuff. And then you put Yakuchonis in that Spain pick and roll, and if you don't communicate that out, there's going to be some problems at the basket.
Officials are going over to the replay monitor to check and see whether or not it's 3 free throws or 2 free throws.
Kylan Boswell did not like the call, and here comes off here. I guess the question would be, how much contact was there to that left elbow?
You confirm there are 3 free throws coming for Lanier. He's the only guy who's made a shot for Tennessee thus far. You see the numbers the last 5 games for Lanier. He has single-handedly carried this Tennessee team. And this is the first of 3.
Man, the arena's chanting Nuggets. It's unbelievable.
So the rule is if you miss 2, then you get the Nuggets. What happens if you miss all 3?
Third is the supersize me.
Don't have to worry about the 20-piece.
Chick-fil-A or McDonald's or whoever is breathing a sigh of relief.
Jonas drives. He'll go to the line.
And it's the same action that Tennessee just ran with that high slip. Hummerkow slipping out. There's some lack of communication on both ends of the floor here. And you see Hummerkow, he's in there quick, he's getting out, and that blow-by of Lanier. Jonas, he is going to run ball screen after ball screen after ball screen. 93 in a game is an absurd number. That is incredible.
I can imagine you have that many possessions to where you can run that many ball screens. As Hummerkow checks out, Jake Davis checks in.
But it is a similar philosophy to last year. They were trying to get 2 on the ball by posting. And this year, Illinois is trying to get 2 on the ball and pick and roll.
1 out of 2 at the free throw line for Jonas. 4 for 6 so far from the free throw stripe. 2-point lead for the Fighting Illini, trying to knock off Tennessee, #1 team in the country. Lanier drives. He had an ill intent. He was fouled on his way to the hoop. He'll shoot a couple.
There's no doubt about it. Chaz Lanier is a 3-level scorer. Trey White can't get turned down like this. And if you're going to go at the 7'1" center Ivisic, you better go to Duncan. That's a big-time take.
And he brought that arm back, and it was going to be pain on that rim. He's now missed 3 free throws in his last 4 attempts.
Good free throw shooter on the year at 79%.
And 1 out of 2 for Lanier.
Perez Johnson Jr. checking in for the Illini.
Perez Johnson checks in for Illinois. Ivisic checks out.
Entering for the Volunteers, number 8, Darren Stone Dubar.
Darren Stone Dubar checks in for the first time. He's been in the concussion protocol for the last couple of games. He's playing just his 5th game overall.
It gives some much-needed depth. And with J.P. Estrella out for the season, Dubar going to be a guy that can float to even as far as the 5 at times if they need him.
That is a huge piece in terms of depth. No doubt about that. White. Jonas for 3. In and out. Milicic pulls down another rebound. He's all over the place.
Jake Davis set a really physical screen there. Jonas getting a good look.
Ziegler's jumper. No good. Tip no good. Milicic with another opportunity.
That looked like it might have been still in the cylinder.
Gainey short on the 3. Still the only player for Tennessee with a field goal is Lanier. Riley scoreless so far. Riley, good ball fake. 3 not to beat. Another offensive rebound for Illinois.
That's the specialty of Johnson there. He is a guy that can live on the offensive glass.
Jonas goes under. Baseline jumper almost behind the backboard.
That Mashack-Jonas matchup is got a terrific offensive player and one of the best defensive players in college basketball going at it.
Ziegler's 3 is an air ball. Tennessee is ice cold on the road. Fighting Illini fan base coming alive. 1-point lead for Illinois. Fox College Hoops is sponsored by Ram Trucks, built to serve. On the campus of Illinois, it's a 1-point lead for the Fighting Illini, but Tennessee, #1 in the country, historic start to their season. 9-0 for the first time since the 2000-2001 season. #1 of the AP poll for the first time since 2019, and ranked #1 for only the 3rd time in school history. Right now, they got to start making some shots. Somebody other than Lanier.
They're not alone there. 8 of 38 combined. But it's been Chaz Lanier doing the scoring, and the rest of the team not very good. They are 8 of 11 from the foul line. But pretty amazing for Tennessee to say, all right, we're 3 of 19 from the field on the road, and we only trail by 1.
Robbie, we were talking in between the break. Is it a bad offense? Is it good defense? Maybe a combo of both.
Mixture of both, yeah. I mean, Illinois defensively has come such a long way from Big Ten Media Day to what they are now. Boy, just not taking that press seriously, and Tennessee going to get a basket.
Mashack able to pick up the steal on the inbounds and a chance to take the lead for the first time in the game. Gainey drives on a Vicic, and he'll go to the line. Vicic picks up another foul. That's his second.
That just can't happen out of the timeout for Illinois. You just aren't ready to play. And then you got this matchup with a Vicic, and Jordan Gainey driving him, putting the pressure on him, and earning a trip to the foul line.
Jordan Gainey at the line, shooting 2.
Averaging better than 10 points a game off the bench for Gainey. And we're back to even. Vicic going to head to the bench with those 2 fouls. And Morris Johnson is back on the floor. And Tennessee leads for the first time this afternoon. See if Illinois can get something going on this side of the floor, too. Illinois just won for the last 9.
Morris Johnson just never came set there. But part of that, though, is on Kasparas Jakučionis has got to understand he can't leave until Johnson is set. I mean, he's going well beyond that. So, yeah, the foul is on Johnson, but Jakučionis has got to feel that and wait on the screen.
5 turnovers now for Tennessee.
Jordan Gainey is just running Will Riley all over the floor. Well, that's happening as Zakai Ziegler is getting right to the rim.
I mean, showing off that speed, he was downhill in a hurry.
You get locked into what's happening off the ball. Zakai Ziegler recognizes that, whips his man off the bounce, and there's no help to be found.
Jakučionis. And another turnover. 3 straight turnovers for Illinois. Ziegler so quick.
Yeah, you see Ziegler just getting downhill. Johnson not seeing it. You get caught kind of watching what Jordan Gainey is doing off the basketball. I think Brad Underwood not happy with how much physicality there was on that hedge. Certainly some contact as Jakučionis came off.
Sneaky storyline, some foul trouble for Illinois. Boswell and Vicic, and gives Lawhorn all with 2 fouls. Corner 3, Milicic no good. Riley, a strong rebound. Jakučionis on the move. And blocked from the weak side.
You got multiple Volunteers flying in there to contest.
Gainey left hand, no good. Follow, no good. Numbers for the Illini. Riley, Euro step. Got it.
This game is not for the weak. You go to the rim, you better finish at a high level. There are contests all over the place.
Ziegler puts it on the deck, lays it high off the glass, no good. And we're going to get a cylinder violation on Tennessee.
Illinois is going to have to do a better job of blocking out. On the offensive glass now, you got, that would have been the 9th offensive rebound. It's a good contest, but you got Dubar flying in there, you got Mashack flying in there. You got a number of Volunteers that are getting to the offensive boards.
This side of the floor is where Illinois has got to pick it up. It has been quiet on offense. Riley trying to create space. Ziegler just hounding him, and Ziegler called for a foul.
Will Riley is an incredibly talented freshman, but this is a heck of a matchup, especially for a guy like Ziegler who can get up underneath him and leverage it. There's plenty of contact there. That's definitely a foul.
Will Riley.
Riley goes to the line. Tennessee in the bonus. Illinois in the bonus. Under 5 minutes to go in this first half. I feel like I'm developing a bruise just watching and talking about this game. Made the first, ties up the game.
Will Riley, a guy that got off to such a good start. Had the big game against Eastern Illinois. He's a top 25 recruit coming in here. You think about when you have some performances the way that he did early in the season. You move to the top of that scouting report, and Brad Underwood's felt like he's passed up on some open shots. There's no doubt doubting he's talented, a guy that can make plays with the ball in his hand, and Illinois is going to need him to do just that here.
Lanier back on the floor for Tennessee. Lanier three. In and out. Second opportunity for the Volunteers. Lanier hangs, and his jumper no good. Mashack was right there in that position.
Got to block out, and it's just not enough for Illinois right now. This is by no means the biggest lineup Tennessee can throw out there, but Dubar, Phillips, Mashack, all these guys are flying in. The drop coverage gives up the pull-up. There's just a whiff on that block out.
Pretty good swim move from the Fontana, California native. Very short on that free throw from Mashack. Deep three, Riley. He's going to go to the line and shoot three. Mashack picks up the personal, his second.
Mashack got him up top. Mashack so good at being to the basketball. He's closing out. And there's just plenty of contact to the right arm of Will Riley.
Will Riley at the line.
And for Riley, he's really struggled his last 3 games from distance. Just 1 for 13 in his last 3 games coming in. He's not lost his confidence. One of the highest rated players to come to Illinois. The highest since Deep Brown back in 2002.
The amazing thing is he's gained 20 pounds. He looks like he could afford to gain another 20, 25, or even 30. He's got a frame that can fill out. Big time ability, though, no doubting that.
Trying to make it a clean sweep at the free throw line. And he does. 4-point lead for Illinois. Lanier had it poked away from the backside, but a foul call. They'll get Trey White. It's a 7-0 Illinois run. The free throw's coming.
You always put yourself at risk as a defender if you try to back tap that, but that looked pretty clean to me. I think that's the conversation that Brad Underwood and Earl Walton are having.
And he missed the first.
That's his 4th missed free throw.
He had missed 4 all season. It was 15 out of 19 coming into this game. He's now 4 for 8. Milicic will check in. He'll get Dubar. Lanier still, he has made 3 of the 4 field goals for Tennessee. The only other make was Ziegler on a layup.
It's hard to believe in a road game like this, you could still be only down 3 with the way they've shot.
Riley passed up that 3, dribbled in. Yakuchonis offensive rebound, missed the layup. And now picks up the foul. Milicic will go to the line. Timeout on the floor. Illinois, Tennessee, battered, bruised, three-point game. Three-point lead right now for Illinois on number 1, Tennessee. And there's been some good defense played by Illinois. Maybe some tough shots, but a lot of contested shots.
When you look at the numbers, Jeff, these two teams combined 4 of 10 from the field at the rim. So there's been nothing easy here. Illinois playing with great effort, same as Tennessee. The defenses have been locked in, but there's been nothing easy. Looks like one in transition. You got multiple contests. It's kind of been a brick fest, but at the same time, these teams giving a great effort, and certainly the war on the glass every time a shot goes up.
We've seen 16 offensive rebounds combined between the two teams. 10 for Tennessee, 6 for Illinois. Combined 3 out of 21 from three-point land. Not that they're trying to build another arena here, but we have seen plenty of bricks. There's no doubt.
Well, and that last one by Will Riley, I think that's what Brad Underwood's talking about, where you have an open shot, you shot fake, you pass on it, and then you take a contested one. And a tough break for Yakachonis, where he's got a rebound putback, misses it, and takes a foul.
Milicic missed the first. He's already got 10 rebounds in this game. Makes 1 out of 2 from the free throw line. Again, if you're Tennessee, you're sitting there going, okay, we have shot the ball as poorly as we've shot the ball all year, but we're only down by 2.
I think both teams are saying that. With right? Different variations on the end.
Poked out of bounds by Gainey. Both bigs in foul trouble. It's only a minute or so. Lay it up, and it's knocked away by White. He was trying to leave it up for Cade Phillips. It's out of bounds, going to stay with Tennessee.
Well, Phillips has been a lob machine, but you don't see Zakai Zeigler make poor decisions very often. I just think this is one where you've got to just bounce this back and make the simple play. Trey White doesn't quit on it. If you make a simple bounce pass, then that's probably a dunk or a layup.
Lanier from the free throw line. Got it to go to tie it up.
Those count. Dre Gibbs Lawhorn. Good job of Warren over the top of that. He contests that shot. Those are tough buckets that you live with if you're Illinois.
Gibbs Lawhorn on the floor with a couple of fouls, too. Riley fouled, and he'll go to the line.
Illinois shooting, that drop coverage can be a scary proposition because they want to shoot such a high volume. And there, Lanier trying to get over the top, and he's behind. The big has got to impact the ball. They never stop Will Riley. He gets all the way to the rim.
Riley misses the first.
Bishop Boswell checking in.
Nobody for Illinois has made more than one shot from the floor.
This is an interesting box score, that's for sure.
Oh, there's a lot to pick apart. I mean, this is not a work of art. It's not a masterpiece by any
Pitcher's
stretch.
duel. You know, the people that like the pitcher's duels, this is for them.
Yeah, this is it. This is a defensive struggle. Gainey just inside the free throw line, in and out. Another opportunity.
Bishop Boswell, you want to earn more minutes. That's a heck of a way to do it right there. He's had some turnover issues, but getting to the offensive glass.
Zeigler dumps it off for the dunk.
There's nobody there to help the helper. You've got Johnson coming over to stop the ball. And Zakai Zeigler just dropping it off. Nobody home. Cade Phillips with another jam.
Tennessee with a 1-point lead. Zeigler's been all over Yakachonis. Boswell picks up the foul as Yakachonis started driving. Nobody here to help out on the dunk by Phillips.
Well, Johnson's going to come over, but that means that you've got to have somebody. Will Riley, Trey White, those guys on the backside have got to be cracking down to help Johnson. He can't stop the ball and stop Cade Phillips going to the rim. breakdown there by Illinois' defense and one of the first easy baskets we've seen of the game.
Jakučionis, who's been living at the free throw line in his first half. Now 5 out of 7.
What a stretch he's had here, Jeff. 4 straight games of 20 points or more, but he's done it in such an efficient manner. 51% from the field, 55% from 3, 95% at the line. A little bit of a different story for him today from the field, but this dude is a big-time player.
It's not just the points, too, right? In the last 10 years, only one other player's had 80 or more points, 25 or more rebounds, 20 or more assists, and 15 or more threes. Now the guy is Trae Young.
Rare.
Ziegler running the two-man game. Ziegler up and under, had a block, but the foul was underneath. Jakučionis picks up the personal.
That's one where Perez Johnson is going to clean this up. Ziegler, you can just see the physicality, snaking it, good ball fake there. I guess Johnson does get him somewhat the body. They got Jakučionis, though.
Yeah. That's his second, too. So Ziegler at the line. 5 Illinois players with 2 fouls in his first half.
We've seen 30 free throws, more than 30, 36 free throws. That's 37.
Hope everybody was working on their free throw shooting. White dribbles into trouble, and Ziegler's going to pick up the foul. It's been almost 4 minutes without a field goal for Illinois.
That's Ziegler's second. See, minute 31. Zakai Ziegler's played in a lot of games for Rick Barnes. Looks like he's going to say, hey, man, just don't pick up your third. Stay out there, but play smart.
Coaching staff just let him know, hey, that's 2 on you. Foul fest at State Farm Center.
That is incredible to see in the first half.
Okpara played, I don't know, the first 30 seconds of this ball game.
Rick Barnes going to take out Ziegler here. Not risk it. Have him with 2 for that second half.
You wonder with 90 seconds to go if Jakučionis is not on the floor right now, but if somebody could take advantage of not having Ziegler on the floor. Meshack not on the floor either.
Dragic Lawhorn is guarding.
Out of bounds, another turnover, and he's guarding with 2 fouls too.
Gibbs Lawhorn known more for his offensive ability, but here given a great effort guarding a very talented player in Chaz Lanier. That's just getting in a stance and giving an effort that's high-level stuff.
6 turnovers for Tennessee, 7 for Illinois. Both teams average in the 11s on the season. Riley spinning. Riley left hand, no good. Phillips with a rebound. Tapped away.
Oh, look at you.
Just deflect, get it out of here.
Athlete right next to me, Jeff Levering. What a play.
I was ready. Just tap it out. Live to see another day.
Don't knock over the computers.
Our statistician was over here firing on some stats.
Yeah,
and what do I do? Just tap.
Tremendous.
That's all we got to do. I know my role. I'm not going to try and catch.
Just tap it back to the floor.
That's right. Gainey fouled by White. Gainey will go to the line and shoot a couple more. And White will be added to that graphic. He picked up his second.
He's been carnage.
Part of our triple header of hoops on Fox today. We'll go out to the Garden after us.
What a game that's going to be.
Boris Yakachonis checking in.
Yakachonis will get back on the floor. Gibbs Lawhorn earned that high five from Brad Underwood. Gainey made them both. 1-point lead for Tennessee. Coming up on 5 minutes without a field goal for Illinois before the shot. Jordan Gainey picks up his second.
What a surprise. A foul.
Robbie, you got 2 fouls?
That's what we're getting to. I mean, the number of free throws in this first half have just been already across the 40. We've got 41 with 2 more on the way.
This is attempt number 20 for Illinois. In and out for Yakachonis, who's missed 3 in the game.
Kerry Booth checking in for Illinois.
He was at 88% as Kerry Booth, who is seeing the floor for the first time, does not have 2 fouls.
He's played in the last 2 games.
One and a 2 for Yakachonis, who's 7 out of 10. And Gibbs Lawhorn checks in for Yakachonis. 43 foul shots in this first half. Foul on Jake Davis.
They were looking to take Jake Davis. You know, they had Gainey there. They put him in that matchup, and man. And I'm not saying they're not fouls. Like, this has been a really physical game, but it's been a lot of fouls.
I'm curious if the refs have secondary whistles that they can go to.
They're wearing theirs out.
But again, they're warranted.
Yeah, it's not like, I mean, this is as physical of a game as you're going to see. It's not like one team has shot 28 free throws and the other has shot 8. Tennessee shot 23 and Illinois shot 21.
More than half of the Tennessee points have come at the foul line. Way more than half for Illinois. 17 of their 30. There's the shot there of the free throws taken, made.
How about Illinois not having a field goal in 5:09?
It's incredible.
Timeout, Tennessee.
Timeout used by Tennessee. 21 seconds to go. Let's talk about the loaded day of college basketball. Not just free throw shooting in this one in Champaign, but the Ram Trucks halftime report. Rob Stone, Casey Jacobson, lots to talk about.
Well, the SEC is the real deal. I mean, that league, Auburn, Alabama. Obviously, we got Tennessee right here. Texas A&M, big win over Purdue. The SEC has gone from a league where basketball was an afterthought to where basketball has become a priority. And you can tell with the coaches, the facilities, the way they handle basketball, it's just a different animal.
8 teams currently rocking top 25. And you got 5 in the top 10 alone from the SEC. When you look at these two conferences, SEC and the Big Ten, there are 14 of the 25 schools of the AP top 25 from those 2 conferences. You expect it from the Big Ten, not necessarily from the SEC.
Well, it's just become something over the last 4 or 5 years where, and I think bringing a coach like Rick Barnes to Tennessee 9 years ago, you talk about up in the level of your program, up in the level of your coaching and committing to winning. Tennessee did that in a big way.
And a hole for the last shot of the half. Riley for 3. Battling for that rebound. Still plenty of time. Get a shot off. It is going to be off the backboard. And somehow Tennessee has a 1-point lead going into halftime. Brad Underwood, Rick Barnes. That pain is going to be sweating in both locker rooms.
Don't sweat, protect.
Tennessee, number 1 in the land, leads by 1 in Champaign.
They want to know how many bombs have I ripped and wrecked, but the soldiers never found all.
Back in Champaign, 31-30, number 1 Tennessee leading Illinois on the road after the first 20 minutes. And we need a bit of a break from our free throw talking. So Robbie Hummel, Jeff Levering with you. A wild first half with a ton of fouls, 26 combined, but neither team shooting the ball well. Is it bad offense or good defense?
I think there's certainly been some good defense played, but also some offense where the ball is just not going in the hole. These defenses do have to adjust to the fact that they're calling this the way they are. You got to stop holding. 26 fouls, 45 free throws attempted. The crazy thing, with all these opportunities in the open floor, only 2 fast break points between the two teams. But you look at the numbers, 12 of 53 from the field, 3 of 22 from 3. It has to get better in the second half. Let's hope it does.
Well, it's a one-point ball game right now. Buckets will fall. There will be shots made, I promise, from the State Farm Center. We'll send you out to the studio. Rob Stone and Casey Jacobson in just a moment. Perfect musical choice for our first half in Champaign. First half stats sponsored by Ram Trucks, built to serve. Everything on this is ugly with the exception of the free throws. There have been a lot of them in this first half. Both teams not shooting at a very high percentage. Robbie Hummel, Jeff Levering with you. This was an ugly first half. It's going to get better. It's been very physical, but Chaz Lanier was certainly a bright spot for Tennessee.
Yeah, one of the few guys that has made some shots from the perimeter. This is what Chaz Lanier has done all season long. Here in this ball game, 15 points, 4 of 10 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3. Outside of him, it's been pretty ugly for both these teams. But the one thing that you can say about Illinois and Tennessee, the effort and the competitive spirit has been there. Let's just hope that a few more shots go down here in the second half.
Nowhere to go but up, it feels like. The rebounding, that was a big conversation point for both teams. That was the advantage for Tennessee. How about that stat? 45 combined free throws in that first half.
Well, something to watch for in the second is foul trouble, because both teams are living in it.
26 combined fouls between two teams. Nobody more than 2. Lanier trying to find his shot, in and out. Akpara trying to keep it alive, and Trey White brings it in.
But really good defense. Colin Boswell giving up some size to Lanier. He got right over that screen and got a high-quality contest.
Boswell fouled by Akpara. That is his third.
Felix Akpara was a bit of a non-factor in the game against Miami in New York. Only played 20 minutes, didn't score, was 0 of 3, and foul trouble has really limited him today.
Just 3.5 minutes in the game. Going back to the first half, more than 6 minutes without a field goal for Illinois. Nice wraparound pass, Hummerkaus to White.
Tennessee in scramble mode found their way back. It was pretty impressive there.
Boswell lets it fly short. Rebound by Akpara.
What a recovery. I mean, you have been beat off the bounce. You're playing disadvantage basketball, but the Volunteers so sound defensively.
Meshack kicks it to the corner. Extra pass, Lanier. Meshack's got it again. Still plenty of time.
Look at where Hummerkaus is guarding Meshack. I mean, he's just floating off him and daring him to shoot.
Ziegler to Meshack. Meshack, good for 2.
And there, Meshack wisely rolling that right to the rim. If you're going to play off him, you got to find your way back. And the physicality of Meshack paying off at the basket.
His first field goal of the ball game, and at some point, the experience against the youth is going to be a big storyline.
The way Meshack navigates some of these screens, it's pretty high-level stuff.
Hummerkaus off the back of the iron, and a whistle. It's going to stay down here, and picking up his third is Zakai Ziegler.
Got him for a hold on the block out. We talked about it all game long. Shots go up. It's a total battle. And Zakai Ziegler, smallest guy on the floor. You're just trying to fight for your life. That right arm, you see him grasping.
And Boswell on the inbound, good, and a chance for one more. And Ziegler just picked up his fourth.
Well, that's a huge development here, and it's just a great cut by Kylan Boswell. He back cuts Zakai Ziegler. Don't see Ziegler get beat like that very often. But he can't compound that mistake of getting beat into taking his fourth foul.
Gainey with some serious minutes in that first half because of some foul trouble. And he is going to be relied upon heavily, to say the least, picking up for Ziegler.
No Ziegler big for this Tennessee defense. Everyone says it. He is the head of the snake up there with that pressure.
Gainey three, short. Long rebound out to White. Can Illinois take advantage with no Ziegler on the floor with those four fouls? Boswell around the edge. Boswell left hand, no.
Akpara's presence there altered that shot.
Even with three fouls, good defense from Akpara. Milicic got his man in the air. Milicic drives. Can't hit the layup.
Same deal. This time it's a Vicic. There is nothing easy at the rim.
White puts on the brakes.
That's a wild shot. Tennessee had numbers, but didn't really look to advance that thing up the floor.
Lanier's floater is good.
Man, that's a tough one right there. With that off left hand, Ivisic coming over. Chaz Lanier continues to be a bright spot offensively for Tennessee.
17 for Lanier. Yakuchonis looking for space, and Meshack had it ripped away. Another steal from Meshack.
Those active hands. Meshack now in transition. What a finish.
Created the turnover and then finishes on the other end.
Yakushonis showed him the basketball. Meshack, a guy that even though he's getting contact and you're not knocking him back with his physicality, really impressive defense.
Vicic has been awfully quiet today for Illinois. White to the bucket and good.
Once again, Akpara not stopping the ball. He's worried about Ivisic on that pick and pop. This time, an impressive finish by Trey White over the top.
Illinois trying to get this crowd into a lather. Lanier for three. Off the iron, Akpara, another rebound. Lanier thought about it from the logo. He'll let it fly from there. Nice pass. Ivisic down low, tie game. Meshack will take the jumper.
They're daring. Rickhouse is a good 4 or 5 feet off him.
Boswell just did.
The pinky toe stayed down.
Just barely. Yakuchonis right down the middle.
But Ivisic, man, he with that duck in, he seals off the whole way. Great hesitation from Yakushonis, but the big fella doing the dirty work.
6-0 run for the Illini. Lanier's jumper too strong and a foul. It's on Tennessee. And that's Akpara, number 4.
Well, some offensive flow here in this second half. Illinois shooting 50% from the field after the break. Well, you clear the way. Yakushonis getting downhill.
I got game.
2-point lead for Illinois on number 1 Tennessee. 14:42 to go. Brad Underwood, not the first time that he has gone international with his recruiting, but he's got 2 big ones. Kasparas Yakuchonis from Lithuania. Tomislav Ivisic, originally from Croatia, transfer from Kentucky. Those 2 guys have been huge huge for Brad Underwood this year.
Well, big-time players, immediately in their Illinois careers, they've been just that. But you think about two guys that have come up under pro organizations. They played against grown men. The opportunity to be 16, 17 years old and play up with the pro team, regardless of what the team is. I think we've seen a real shift over the last 25 years. Look at who the best players in the NBA are right now. You're talking about Jokic, you're talking about Luka Doncic. The way they're teaching skill over there, I think the United States needs to take notice.
Jonas, a lot of his work done at the free throw line, but both teams could be saying that. Second half has had much better flow, though.
Riley really struggling compared to what we saw early in this season.
Wow. A chance for four for Jokic Jonas.
It's just a matter of time with this dude. He shot it at such a high level. A little bit late on the switch. There's contact to the body. Kasparas Jakučionis, a big-time player. You give him a look like that. Lanier trying to recover. Opportunity for four right here.
Just the second three made of the game for Illinois. And he converts on the four-point play. 15 now for Jakučionis.
A 10-0 run. You wonder for Tennessee and Rick Barnes, how long does Zakai Ziegler sit over there on that bench?
Lanier. And a follow again by Milicic.
And that's the risk you run. Riley really getting out to contest that shot. There's just nobody home to block out Milicic.
It's his first field goal of the game to go with a dozen rebounds. Jakučionis drives. Didn't get the roll, was looking for a foul, didn't get it.
There is nothing easy at the rim. We've said that multiple times tonight, but on these layups, there are some high-level contests.
Drive, Gainey, and one. Jordan Gainey on the drive as Hummerkaus picks up his third.
When you play Tennessee, you've got to guard these guys off the ball. Yes, Cade Phillips is a passer, but he's also a screener in this action. Gainey just rubbing right off. That's a big-time pass. Terrific finish by Gainey at the rim, but a high-quality action by Tennessee.
Jordan Gainey at the line, shooting one.
Gainey relied upon heavily with those four fouls on Ziegler. Picked them up real quick. The beginning part of his second half, there he is on the bench. 1-point lead for Illinois. Ivisic for three. No good. Good box out by Tennessee. Milicic left wide open. His three no good from the wing. Out of bounds, Illinois basketball. One and done for the Volunteers.
Milicic wide open there. Just something that has been a struggle over these last three games for him. He's had some looks from three, hasn't been able to knock them down. Has really rebounded the basketball, can drive it. It's a missed opportunity on a very good look.
33% on the season for Milicic. Down to the corner. Hummerkaus. Phillips doing a good job on Ivisic. Meshack. Hummerkaus is playing so off on Meshack. Down low. Meshack with the layup. No good. White pops from three. Got it.
Off the missed layup, Tennessee just not matching up. Unselfish play, giving it up, and Trey White taking his time and drilling it in the corner.
Meshack turned just at the right moment. He wasn't looking for that pass from Gainey. Gainey inside that screen. Nice shot.
It's about as good as you can do it for Illinois. That's a mid-range shot. It's what Illinois wants to give up. Will Riley is right there. It's an impressive one from the mid-range from Jordan Gainey.
We talked about it early on, Robbie. The fact that this Tennessee team has trailed for a grand total of 6 minutes all year. Riley dumps it off to White. Great help. Yakuchonis for three. And another one. Five-point lead for Brad Underwood. Let's listen in on his huddle.
We're too soft at that end. We got to be tougher than that whole thing's skating. Get there, get over the top of that screen. Okay? Get over the top, beat him to it. He's not a handler. He's not comfortable doing that.
Well, Tennessee, what they run, so much of that floppy off pin down action. I thought Will Riley stayed in the play well to get a contest, and certainly mid-range shot something that Illinois wants. But you know, the physicality early in that play to war over, something that Riley is going to have to do a better job of.
Yakuchonis converts on the 4-point play. It's his second 4-point play of this second half.
What a second half he's had. Man, he has been balling. 18 on the game, but shots starting to go down for an incredibly talented player.
Milicic ran into Davis, and Davis is going to be called for the foul.
Well, Milicic is fortunate. If you're driving that into a crowd, oftentimes when you get that deep, bad things going to happen. You've got Ivisic, you got Davis. Yeah, that very well could have or should have been a tie-up.
Instead of foul on Davis. Dubois with the right hand, good.
Some offense from him. Most of his shots have come from three this season. Averaged 18 last year at Hofstra. Hasn't played due to concussion. And Dubois coming in off the bench and making something happen.
He's only playing in his 5th game of the year. Missed the first couple with some personal issues and a foul. Gainey thought he had a turnover instead of personal on Gainey, his 3rd.
This is the old rip through here. Will Riley, maybe a little bit of the hand, but
already into the bonus for Illinois. 1-on-1 from Riley. All of his scoring basically from the free throw line today. He's made 1 shot. And 2 for 2 at the free throw line.
Checking in for Illinois, number 4, Kylan Boswell.
Kylan Boswell checks back in. Riley now 8 out of 9 from the free throw line. And he's in double figures. Lanier inside of Boswell. Lanier got his man in the air. Tapped up off the rim, and Riley controls. A 6-point lead for the Illini, and led by as many as 8. Largest lead for Tennessee is 4. Riley for 3.
You got mismatches there to drive it and Ivisic. I don't love the shot from Will Riley.
Brad Underwood and the rest of the Fighting Illini pleading their case.
We were blocked out by the fans.
And they have since reversed the call.
And that's off the foot there of Gainey and just rolls out of bounds.
The officials got together and changed it. That was a good reversal. SEC has done some work on the Big Ten in college basketball today. Inside of Ivisic blocked. Got it back.
Well, that's a heck of an effort by Dubois there to save a bucket.
Dubar for three. Great sequence.
Trey White closing out to him like he's a non-shooter. He hasn't shot it great at Tennessee this year. But a guy at Hofstra that shot 40% from three on the season last season.
He's just 2 for 10 this year. Now Kuchonis, deep three, couldn't answer on the other side to foul. Ivisic picks up the personal. Darlington Dubar getting it done on both ends.
You look back to even the last 2 seasons he had at Hofstra, 40% in both of them. Closeout, treating him like a non-shooter. We'll see if Illinois maybe changes that. I know what the numbers say this year, but that dude can shoot.
Ivisic heads to the bench with 3 fouls. It's a 3-point game. Tennessee basketball. Morez Johnson on the floor again for the Fighting Illini. Much better second half. Meshack looking for help. Gainey got his man in the air for 3. Gainey ties it up.
But the relocation of Jordan Gainey, high-level stuff. That paint touch from Meshack, really good offense. But Gainey getting away from his defender, clearing space and drilling it off the shot fake.
Jonas got it ripped away. Able to get it back. White with 10 to shoot. White up and under, out of bounds. It'll stay with Illinois. Jordan Gainey playing a great game in the second half.
And you could just see Yakashonis not going with him on that relocation. Little shot fake, one dribble to the side. Big time from Jordan Gainey.
Officials are going to go over to the monitor. Did that initial shot hit the bottom of the rim by Trey White, which would have necessitated...
It's immediate timeout. We're going to check shot clock to make sure it's reset correctly.
And Paul Sells, our official today, going to check and see if the shot clock should have reset. We'll take a timeout. As it stands, there's 7 on the shot clock. Jordan Gainey and the Volunteers tied with Illinois. Fox College Hoops, sponsored by Ram Trucks, built to serve. State Farm Center, Champaign, Illinois. Tie game, 8:26 to go. Our player to watch, sponsored by Geico. Switch and save, get more with Geico. It's more players to watch, and the foul trouble has been the story all night, Robbie.
Well, yes, it has, as Paul Sells going to talk. Here we go.
After review, the ball hit the rim. The shot clock will be reset to 20 seconds. Illinois ball on the baseline.
Great job by Paul Sells. Way to go.
I've never seen a player to watch graphic be just foul trouble, but that's the type of game it's been. And how about Tennessee with the response? Zakai Ziegler picking up his 4th. Things starting to look a little bit dire, but a 6-0 run. Jordan Gainey makes it 3. Darlington Dubar with a big shot. And Tennessee has tied this thing back up at 52.
Ziegler still on the bench. Jonas somehow able to get it in bounds. It's going to be out of bounds off of Tennessee. Only 3 seconds went away.
Watching Tennessee in person, the way they swarm the ball, whether it's on dribble drives or even like there on that post feed, they are just like hornets around a nest.
Ziegler still on the bench with those 4 fouls. Picked them up early. As you mentioned, Robbie, Tennessee has really done a good job of weathering the storm without him and his defense on the floor.
Late switch. Yakashonis going to have to drive Milicic.
Boswell, deep 3. Ivisic off of him, and it'll be Tennessee basketball.
Not a great possession there by Illinois. Getting late in the clock, and Boswell having to hoist one up from a good 30 feet.
And for Illinois, a drought that is over 3 minutes. They haven't made a bucket since the 4-point play from Yakashonis. Milicic. And now Gainey on the pass. Milicic, wide open 3. And a push on Lanier. That's his 4th.
Well, Milicic is wide open off this pick and pop. Chaz Lanier trying to get to that offensive glass. Boy, foul trouble, a big player in this game. Man, I just think you could call that every time in this game. This has been such a physical basketball game. Boswell's lowering his shoulder. Lanier's lowering his shoulder. I would prefer to see that be play on.
So if you're Rick Barnes, you've got 2 guys with 4 fouls. Where do you go? And it looks like the answer is going to be Bishop Boswell.
It's a big spot for the freshman.
Kylan Boswell, no relation, able to hit the first of his 1-and-1. So Lanier exits. So no Ziegler, no Lanier. Where'd your scoring come from?
That's a great question. I think it's got to be Jordan Gainey. Certainly Mashack, the way he can get in the lane. And I think with Milicic, you look to pick and pop him and drive it to the rim.
Boswell, 2 for 2 at the free throw line. Illinois leads by 2. Into the corner, Gainey. Put on the brakes, let him fly by for 3.
Well, it's just simple floppy action. Pin downs on both sides. You don't see Kylan Boswell get removed all that often, but he's so far away, and Gainey another one with the shot fake and drills it.
Having a monster game, filling in for Ziegler. Yakuchonis up and under for 2.
Boy, the footwork on total display right there. Mashack's as good as anybody in college basketball guarding on that ball, and Yakuchonis just fighting away.
5th straight game over 20 for Yakuchonis. Gainey passed up the 3 underneath to Mashack.
But now you've got Humrickhouse reacting because Gainey's coming off and there's no one there. Boswell way behind the play. That's a great read to throw that down to Mashack rolling to the rim.
Much more entertaining second half,
I'd say.
White trying to go around the edge, and he walked with it. That pivot foot slipped. Turnover for the Fighting Illini.
Bishop Boswell fighting over that screen. Trey White just kind of slipping and sliding there on the floor and never getting that plant foot down. This is just floppy action for Gainey. I mean, it's just pin downs, and he's running Boswell all over the floor.
Tennessee's made 4 of their last 5 from the floor. Gainey around the screen. 5 to shoot. Milicic puts it down. Milicic, wild shot. No reset.
Well, we got a shot clock.
The shot clock.
That ball did hit the rim. It did go up there. The refs are going to talk about this.
They were playing with zeros in that box full of red. But there was definitely a shot that had hit the rim at some point. Right there.
It's going to be an offensive rebound. You know, that's a tap off the rim.
Again, Paul Sells. The officials are going to take a look. Saw a clear shot on the rim, though. And we talked about it earlier, Robbie. Dubar hit it, again, right off the rim. At some point, the experience for Tennessee, the youth of Illinois, where does it come through? And again, the officials are taking a look. So here's the real question, Robbie. Again, if it hits the rim, if it's a passing attempt.
Right, then it'd be a different story. But I think because this is a controlled tip, or at least, you know, we have to assume it is from Darlington Dubar. You can't judge intent on that.
We'll get the call.
After review, the ball hit the rim during that entire possession there. And so what we're going to do is reset the shot clock. to 16, which is 4 seconds went off of the shot, should have gone off the shot clock after possession was gained by Tennessee. It'll be Tennessee's ball on the baseline, 16 seconds on the shot clock.
Good explanation. Again, you have to have possession, and then the ball has to hit off the rim.
I got to say, Paul Sells is my front runner for referee of the year at the monitor. his delivery, you know, some of these guys, it's the new thing this year, but he's very succinct with it. Tells you what you need to hear.
He's a Wisconsin guy. I get it.
Milwaukee's finest right here.
So 16 seconds on the shot clock for Tennessee. And if you've been tracking, the foul trouble has been an issue for both teams, but especially for Tennessee in the second half. With no Ziegler, and Lanier picked up his 4th foul moments ago.
Good job by Illinois handling all that. Back screen to the rim, flare screen to the corner. They handled all that action.
He's had a great second half. Milicic for 3. And it has not been his night shooting. He's done a great job on the glass, 13 rebounds, but he is 1 for 10 from the floor.
Illinois has been content to give up pick and pops to him and let him prove it from the three-point line.
Jonas, a game-high 21. Freshman on freshman. Jonas 3. Ivisic, strong rebound. It rolls out to Humrickhouse on a reset. Free to shoot. White's got to go. White falling away. No good. Oh, the foul! Wow! Humrickhouse! Gainey 3. Long rebound. Dubar fires off the heel. And another offensive rebound. Milicic. And a kick violation. How about the follow from Ben Humrickhouse, lone senior on this roster?
When the jumper's not going, you've got to find other ways to impact winning basketball games. And Tennessee, one of the best rebounding teams in all of college basketball, but no check out. And Ben Humrickhouse just putting down the hammer.
Tennessee.
Good time to pick up his first rebound of the ball game. Been 12 different lead changes. Don't go anywhere. 4:25 to go. Game summary sponsored by Progressive. Get slam dunk savings today. Both teams playing much better in this second half. Neither team shooting a 3 very well, but I tell you, the freshman, Kaspars Jakučionis, has taken this game over in the second half.
Well, he has come to play. Now 21 points, lived at the line in the first half, but has made some shots here in the second. Great pick and roll player, can make contested tough ones from the perimeter. That's been on display here tonight. I don't think there was ever any doubting both these teams with the way, the level that they played at in terms of playing hard in the first half. But now in this second, some of the offensive opportunities opening up.
5 straight games with 20-plus points. First time ever for an Illinois freshman. Ziegler back on the floor for Tennessee, as is Lanier, both with 4 fouls. Ziegler bleeds into the defense now. Gainey, high off the window, no good. Another rebound for Ivisic.
You could just see how much Ivisic affects shots at the rim there. Gainey getting an angle, but had to put that way off the glass.
11 boards for Ivisic.
Good job by Tennessee at triple switching that and keeping Ziegler on the perimeter. Lanier taking on the big fella.
Ivisic backing down on Lanier. And a foul. That is number 5 on Chaz Lanier.
That's a huge play. Lanier so undersized. Tennessee with a very small lineup out there. And what a development that is as we make our way into winning time.
Appreciate you, Rob. Triple header on Fox today. Number 1, Tennessee in foul trouble. Chaz Lanier done for the rest of the day with his 5 fouls. Zakai Ziegler has played only a couple of minutes in this second half.
It's pretty amazing with the foul trouble to those two guys that Tennessee has been able to make a run and tie this game back up. They now trail by 1. But Jordan Gainey has been just phenomenal here in this second half. And then some of the other guys, whether it's Meshack, Dubar, certainly have given contributions as well.
And Vicic just with 3 points in this game. First time that he has gone to the free throw line. He's got 11 boards. He was held in single digits against Wisconsin earlier in the week for the first time with Illinois. 3-point lead. Gainey looking for space. Gainey left hand. He'll go to the line.
Good players in pick and roll understand until I've been stopped, I'm going to keep bringing it. Milicic's not shooting it well. I just think that's one where Vicic has got to be more present. They've been willing to give that shot up all game long, but they never stop the basketball, and Jordan Gainey earns that hard-fought trip to the foul line.
He's matched his season high and now goes over his season high. 17 points for Jordan Gainey. And he has played a ton today because of the foul trouble on Zakai Ziegler. Snapped a 3.5-minute long drought for Tennessee to bring it back to a 1-point game. Space. Riley up and under, no good. Controlled by Tennessee.
Well, got a good look, and credit Tennessee for just digging that thing out.
They've got away with an offensive foul too. Hooked the defender. There's Milicic for 3 short. Boswell draws the foul. More free throws for Illinois. Ice cold today for Milicic.
0 for 7 from the 3-point line. That's one where if he does follow his shot, he gets this offensive rebound. He's kind of in no man's land. Half goes for it, half doesn't. And takes a silly one that just gifts Illinois free throws.
Boswell 69% from the free throw line this year. As a team, Illinois just a shade under 72% as Boswell rattles the first one home. They have not missed in the second half from that free throw line. White checks back in for Riley.
How about Tennessee, after shooting 27 foul shots in the first half, has taken 3.
And Illinois still has a couple of fouls to give. Ziegler, shake and bake. Ziegler looking for help. Gainey, open 3. Got another one to tie it up.
Well, in the scramble, if you're going to lose somebody, it can't be Gainey. Milicic goes to pick that up. Illinois rotates to him, and that leaves the best shooter on the floor for Tennessee wide open.
Now Cachelis on Meshack. No whistle. Meshack went down hard. Chance to take the lead for Tennessee under 2 minutes to play. Gainey from the free throw line. No good. Boswell with a rebound.
Gainey got a good look. That snake pick and roll, he created a ton of space.
Timeout, Illinois. Brad Underwood's got to be careful getting in the face of Earl Walton.
Yeah.
Not the time to go get yourself a technical foul. Tie game, 1:38 to go. Illinois has 3 wins against the #1 team in program history. This was the last. February 7, 2013, knocking off Indiana inside this building at the State Farm Center. Also 2004 against Wake Forest, the 1979, that was Magic's team, all in Champaign.
What a history for Illinois, because the Indiana shot is awesome to see run back. The Wake Forest game with Chris Paul, they just obliterated them. How about the fact that for the Michigan State one, it's over Magic Johnson's team. Eddie Johnson knocks in a game winner.
Tennessee still in it. There's no doubt this one is going to go down to the wire.
Well, Tennessee's toughness and culture has been full on display. I mean, you missed Ziegler for a lot of this second half. You haven't had Lanier. He's fouled out. Man, what a casual pass.
And now Milicic on the run for a dunk. Another turnover from Yakuchonis.
This one, again, out of the timeout. It just cannot happen if you're Illinois.
One blemish for Yakuchonis, 6 turnovers in this game. Tennessee's got the lead. Boswell leans in, and a blocking foul. Boswell goes to the line. Very nonchalant on his inbounds here, Robbie.
Yeah, just too casual, especially at this point in the game. Man. That's a lazy bounce pass. Igor Milicic reading it perfectly, shooting right through there, going the other way for a slam that gives Tennessee the lead.
So Boswell goes to the line. 1:08 to go in this ball game.
They're going to look at this for contact, I think, to the face.
The previous play is under review for a flagrant foul.
So let's take another look.
Oh, man. First of all, that's a really tough call on Meshack, because Boswell is initiating all that contact, but you can see where it ends up going to. And they can't take the foul off. The foul is going to stand. It's just, can they upgrade it to a flagrant 1 or 2? I think this is, even though it, you know, above the head is always hard, but Kylan Boswell is trying to make a basketball play.
It's a common foul on the defense, no flagrant foul on the offense.
That's the right call with what is available. I don't like the foul call, because I think Boswell is just throwing his body into Meshack. But that's the right call to not upgrade that, even though there is contact to the head.
So free throws coming for Boswell. You heard Paul Sells give the explanation. Boswell going to the line, where he's 5 for 5 tonight. A game that Tennessee has led for a grand total of maybe 10 minutes all night. There's one pure from Boswell. Remember, Illinois still with only 14 fouls. They've got some to give. Missed. Ivisic, offensive rebound. Huge. Dozen boards for the freshman Ivisic.
1 minute remaining.
Meshack lighting up Yakuchonis. In a timeout.
Yeah, really good call there by Brad Underwood. That was going nowhere.
2 left for Illinois. 2 timeouts left for Tennessee. Give them a full timeout. Talk about this possession with 8 seconds to go. Coming up next, biggest game is on Fox Primetime Hoops. Catch A. Frank Gonzaga. Look to climb into the nation's elite in a showdown against the reigning champ UConn Huskies. It all tips off next right here on Fox. Well, if you like orange, this is your game. If you like red, white, and blue, that's coming up next from the Garden. The second half has been awesome between these two teams. It really cleaned up.
And the offense has come along. I thought the effort in the first half was great. It was ugly basketball. It was overly physical. But this second half has totally lived up to the billing. Tennessee battling some severe foul trouble to their most important players. How about Jordan Gainey, the way that he has showed out? And then Kasparas Jakachonis showing, I think, really the country. And people in Big Ten areas have seen this. They've seen this coming over with the way he's played the last 4 games. But man, this is his coming out party on a national scale.
So for Brad Underwood, last time he took a timeout, Illinois turned it over.
Can't be so casual here. It's got to be meet your pass, throw to eyes. That's got to be discussed here for Illinois coming out.
You may have misspoke on the timeouts available for Illinois. Only 1 left now for the Fighting Illini, 2 for Tennessee. 8 seconds on the shot clock for Illinois. White's got to get it in.
Oh, boy. Oh, this has been catastrophic getting the ball in. Jakachonis has got to go.
Puts it on the deck on Meshack. Tennessee has possession and gets it to Meshack.
Illinois out of timeout. It's just been a disaster.
1-point lead for Tennessee. 14 seconds different between the game clock and the shot clock. Ziegler to Milicic for 3. An air ball.
They got a foul on Trey White. And that block out, Jemai Meshack, those air balls can be really hard for the defense to corral because you're waiting for this to hit the rim. Milicic is wide open, and this is a good 2 feet short. Trey White on the hold, and Jemai Meshack, that's just a winning play.
Remember, Illinois has fouls to give, only 5 team fouls. So this is an out-of-bounds play. The shot clock is off with 18.3 to go. Are they saying that ball hit the rim, by the way?
I thought that was an air ball from our look.
There's a foul. That is a huge call. If they deem that ball to have hit the rim, to take that shot clock all the way off, the shot clock is only going to be in about 3 or 4 seconds.
Was well short.
So here's the shot for Milicic. Does it ever draw iron?
I thought it just hit the net. I don't think that hit the rim. Now it is a foul, so right. that resets the shot clock anyway. To 20, and that's why we're here.
1-point lead for Tennessee. And a foul. That's the 7th team foul on Illinois.
Trey Gibbs-Longhorn, his 3rd, team 7th.
So 1-1 for Tennessee as you play the game. 15.1 to go.
Kasparas Jakachonis checking in.
And Ziegler going to the line. On the season, 79% from the free throw stripe. He's perfect so far today. Shooting into the teeth of the student section, and he missed. Boswell, Illinois got a timeout. Jakachonis, and a whistle on the drive. They'll give Ziegler his 5th.
Well, Tennessee in the ultimate scramble mode here. Boswell trips over his own feet. Really, Ziegler's not turned around. You impede the ball handler, they're going to call that.
So Ziegler fouls out. Lanier fouled out a while ago, and he just gets mixed up in the fray to Ziegler.
Yeah, he's trying to stay in this play, and certainly you're not in a legal guarding position there.
If anything, Jakachonis maybe threw his elbow into him to draw the contact. So a 1-point game, Jakachonis goes to the line again. 9 out of 12 so far. collective gasp from the State Farm Center. Ties it up, 5.7 to go. Illinois will pressure the basketball. Both teams with a timeout. Get it to Gainey. He's been the guy in the second half. Gainey on the drive. Gainey lays it up. And good! They count the bucket. They'll go and look at it again. Wow! Jordan Gainey, the game of his life in the second half. Checking to see not only if the shot is good, but also if there's time left on the clock. Definitely got it loose. Is there time left? That's the biggest question. Both teams shaking hands as the officials are still looking this potential game winner over. I mean, for Gainey, coast to coast, no doubt that it was good. But will there be any time left?
After review, the basket is good. 2 points scored for Tennessee.
No question about it, and number one holds on. Illinois had no field goals in the last almost 5 minutes, and Gainey just went coast to coast. 23 points for Gainey, and able to get it through with no time left. And Tennessee survives the Orange Crush in Champaign. First 10-0 start for the Tennessee Volunteers since 1999 and 2000. We will step aside. What a game here in Champaign. Take a timeout for Robbie Hummel. I'm Jeff Levering, our entire crew. So long from the State Farm Center.